Spike Lee, haven't seen him trending in a while, although he's been front and center on the whole Colin Kaepernick debate.
Yeah.
Whether or not teams won't sign him because of his Mr. Microphone hairdo or taking the knee. I don't know. But he has announced a date and a time for his rally as he's working hard.
Is this Mars Blackman or Spike Lee?
Spike Lee, okay. Yeah. It'd be awesome if it was Mars Blackman. So he's trying to get Colin Kaepernick back into the league, I guess. And so he's holding this rally outside of NFL headquarters in New York City. If you're looking to go, it's going to be August 23rd. Colin remains unsigned, which is
just got passed over by the Dolphins, right? Dolphins just signed Jay Cutler, is it?
Yeah.
Because Tannehill busted his knee out?
Yep. He was just passed over also by the Ravens, who were looking for a suitable backup for what's his name. Yeah. So he still doesn't have a team. This is hilarious, by the way. He doesn't know how to spell Colin Kaepernick's name on the fucking.
No.
Yeah, Kaepernick's name is spelled Kaep.
Right.
And he's just got Kaper. Yeah. So how absurd. You know, I was trying to find stories out there about like what's the deal with Colin Kaepernick? Like what's the real story? Like why?
Well, let me ask you this: what if the real story is? You know what? I don't want to take on that son of a bitch because he kneels for the national anthem. Says he isn't going to do it now, but if I bring him on, it's going to be a PR nightmare. What if that's the deal?
I find that so impossible to believe.
Assume it is. Well, take collusion out of it. Take the league collusion, like owners are colluding together, and that's wrong. Take one by one owner.
Yeah.
Say the Detroit Lions. That's their take on it. What's your response?
I think that's bullshit. To be honest with you, personally,
why?
I understand why they. Well, because I don't think we have to agree with everything we each do and say, and there's plenty of look. Colin Kaepernick was a 49er for a long time,
but I'll put that back at you. Okay, so the Detroit ownership doesn't agree with what he has to say.
That's their right. They don't have to sign him.
Okay, but I thought you said it would be bullshit if they took that stance.
I don't have to agree with it. But they can do it. I don't want them to be forced to sign him because you think he's a good quarterback. You know what I mean? Like other people think he's a good quarterback. You could hey,
hold on, no. I'm saying if the belief is amongst every owner, one by one, okay, you go around to everyone, and their answer is don't want to sign him because he took a knee, and I think that's bad PR.
Yeah.
Your response to that is that's bullshit. Somebody should sign this guy, or is it you? Yeah, that's your prerogative, owner.
It is his prerogative. I still think it's bullshit. And here's why. Because there are countless stories in the NFL of guys who are truly awful that get second, third, 10th
That brings me
chances.
back to what I said 10 minutes ago with Ray Rice being, it was a close consideration whether this guy gets kicked out of the league because he was a good player.
Oh, if he was younger, he'd be back in the league.
Colin Kaepernick isn't that good. And so it's a bit of a sliding scale, right?
Yep. Well, here's what they say. And the best story I found was written a month ago and said the truth of the matter is he's not good. He's not good. You've got 2 years worth of tape that they'll make excuses in the NFL for anybody if they see good shit on tape. Whether you've got a bad team, you know, that you can't help that. But if your tape looks good and they go, he's hitting these guys and they're not making plays for him. His line's giving no protection, but when they do, he's making the plays.
He's not better than Jake Rudock or whoever we have as our Detroit has its backup.
I don't know. He probably is. Yeah, he probably is. And they said it would also be very, very, very easy to spin the take a knee thing. That would not be a PR nightmare. And here's the explanation they give. It'd be easy to sell. Kaepernick has done nothing but good since he started his protests. The fact that people are offended by him is their problem. He's broken no law in his efforts to bring awareness to serious issues. A few days ago, he helped secure a plane to take 60 tons of food to famished in Somalia. He's donated $100,000 every month to organizations working in oppressed communities as part of his $1 million pledge. He's also funding a Know Your Rights campaign for young people to raise awareness on higher education, self-empowerment, and instructions to properly interact with law enforcement. That's a lot of good that any sane person can get behind.
Well, why isn't he
and
out there?
And the 49ers did as well. They matched
that,
by the way.
Why isn't he like on 60 Minutes or something saying, look, this is why I did this. You ought to know also I do these things. To me, man, this guy fell ass backward into this thing.
Yeah.
I don't think he's some champion of a social cause. I think he's a dumbass
I would
who
agree.
took a knee one day and realized, holy fuck, I'm in this big thing. People
Yeah.
are paying attention to me, giving me kudos. I'm going to keep it going.
Yeah.
He didn't think this thing through, dude.
You're right.
And if he were the type of champion of a cause, he'd be out front and center arguing why it's okay, why he did that,
Yeah.
and why he should still be employable. Instead, he's sitting off in the background letting everybody else do his dirty work.
Bicker. Well, you have to know this too. Colin Kaepernick, from the moment he stepped into the NFL, has been a fucking weirdo. He gives weird interviews. He doesn't speak well to the press.
Yeah, you've probably
he doesn't
among
Yeah.
anybody followed him pretty close because you're a
Yes.
Niners fan.
And
You
he
saw
was-
him from day one.
Yes, I saw him from day one, and I saw him react weird to people, to situations. He's socially kind of retarded, and so that could be playing into this as well, where he, he probably feels like I don't have to do shit. I don't need to explain myself. I do all this stuff. I don't need to brag about it. It's what I do, and I don't get arrested. I don't cuss out the owner. But he has been told and reprimanded for interviews that he gives, like one of these, like, sort of not talking to the media because he doesn't like something they said about him, one of those kind of guys. And so he has been told, like, you need to do this. It's part of your job, that you have to have these things and say these things. And then he'll be a hard ass about that too, and just give yes.
Yeah.
So he early on, especially, he had some of those issues. It was easier when they were winning. When they started losing, and a lot of shit was heaped on him. But I totally 100% agree with you. I think there were a handful of guys in the NFL that were like, yeah, I can take a knee. And then, like, a lot of them bailed after 1 week of doing
Yeah.
it because the backlash was so strong.
Well, isn't it true, too, that there was a recent survey among fans as to why the NFL dipped so hard last year? And it was strongly supposed that it had to do with this issue. Asshole players being out of touch with people. And this is just one example of it. I'm going to take a knee during the national anthem.
I'll show them.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have no problem with an owner going, you know what? I don't care about your playing ability. You're a distraction. PR nightmare. Goodbye. I'll
Yeah.
take Jake Rudock. Rudock?
Jake Rudock.
Yeah, I'll take that guy.
Yeah.
He's got upside.
Yeah. He reminds people of Tom Brady, the way he won. Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying, but everything I knew about this league from day one until recently was you blow all that side bullshit off. You're willing to put up with a circus if the guy can dominate at his position. And so, yeah, he's beat the shit out of 4 women. Yeah, he got arrested for 10 things, or he had weed charges. They'll overlook anything.
If you're the right player.
Right. But now, because that bothers me. If the thing is he took a knee and you're sacrificing talent levels on your team.
Dude, it's like anything, though. If Big E didn't bring value to this, and he only, I know it's a daily weighing of this. I mean, we look at JPEs, we look at all sorts of data.
Yeah.
We get reports back from listeners. I hate him. Well, I love him. Well, I hate him.
Yeah.
Well, I love him.
A lot more I hate him
every
than
day
loves,
we
but-
do that weighing, and we go, is he worth it?
Yeah.
And you got to do that, man. If he's not worth it, he's gone.
Yeah.
As an independent contractor, we just won't re-sign him.
Good point. I hope that he's not. We don't think the talent is there anymore, and that's what we're not.
Well, it doesn't
interested in.
matter, though. The talent could be there. He could be the best on the microphone, but if he's distracting to the show,
Yeah.
If he's doing social media posts or in public, he's an asshole to people. You know what?
But he's all those
He's
things.
great on the microphone, but dude, I can't put up with him.
Yeah.
Not tipping bartenders anymore. We're getting reports back, and it reflects badly on the the these things weigh into employers' minds, and I don't see why that's unreasonable.
I don't get quite what you're mad about on this one.
Well,
dude.
is it safe to say that didn't weigh in when you didn't have such a spotlight on these issues? It didn't weigh into that decision. It was like, can this
But it
guy
is
make our
now.
team better?
But
I
we're
know.
a social- but we're a social-
I'm acknowledging that sucks because I kind of liked it when it was like, yeah, at all costs,
People
win.
get away with shit.
Fucking win.
Yeah,
win.
before everybody was so socially conscious about the domestic violence
Exactly.
issue, guys got away with that shit.
Exactly.
Now it's out in the public.
I want to fucking win.
See, I know to that extent, dude. I know what you're saying, but
What
it's
do you
just
mean,
it's
mired
better
in
this
mediocrity.
way.
That's
It's
fine.
better this way.
That's fine. Play to half-empty stadiums, whatever.
Your sport is dying, sir.
I know it is. I know.